are going to get everything that my life is given, because what my name is Erin in real life. Okay, so I'm going to give you real life content. This is real life. I'm not doing no faking. Everything that I give you is real, and I want y'all to have what y'all need so that y'all can do what you need to do to get that snatch that y'all looking for. Okay, and I'm not going to quit until I get it. Okay. So now I want to go through some of the questions that you guys sent me. So let's just go ahead and get right into that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you out onto the balcony with me, because I want to do this looking at the beach. I mean, I don't want to go out to the beach just yet because my husband's out playing golf. So I want to wait until he comes back. But I want to be sitting on the beach. So I'm gonna sit outside and look at the beach while I talk to you guys, all right? And then I'm gonna be looking at my phone a little bit because the questions are in my phone that you guys have sent. So I wanna make sure that I catch them all and we discuss them all right? All right. You guys are gonna come along with me, right? All right, I'm super excited. Let's turn this off. Let's head on out to the balcony, and look at that. Can you see that? Yeah, that's what we're doing today. We're sitting out here talking. I think you can see me here. Oh, this view is amazing. Let me just take some pictures real quick. All right, so back to you guys. So let me pull up the questions. So all right, so question number 1. This came from Aja Najee. I don't know any of these people. Well, I know some of the people, but I'm just going to say their names so that if you're watching my video, you get to shout out. Azia Najee, she asked, do you have to wear the ab boards? So the ab boards are technically meant to assist in compression. You don't have to wear them, but they definitely provide an extra amount of compression support beneath your compression garment, whether you're using a faja, whether you're using a corset, a binder, a waist trainer. It provides an additional level of compression. A lot of people use the foams in addition to the boards so that there's no creasing or there's no indentations or marks that are put on their body from the compression, because sometimes it's really tight. But some people love the extra amount of compression. So the boards are not mandatory, but they are really helpful when it comes to making sure that you have sufficient compression to keep the swelling to a minimum and to kind of help with the contouring process of your body. So I hope that helps. And you can get an ab board from Amazon. And some areas, some of your local areas have actual compression garment stores or faja stores. So you should look in your local area to see if there's a store somewhere. I didn't even realize that we had one until I started Googling and, you know, looking online, and I found a store called Hermosa in my local area, and they have fajas, they have ab boards, they have the foams, they have the binders, of course they have everything, the waist trainers, everything. So check your local area to see if you have a store. If not, then you can go to Amazon. Amazon may be a little cheaper anyway, so you can go to Amazon and get that. But again, it's not mandatory, but it's very helpful in the recovery process as well as the contouring process to kind of help you get that cinch that you need. All right. So another person, my girl Ebony Goggins Smith, that's my homie, she asked, did you experience any depression or regret? I feel like every other day I'm dealing with depression, and not regret, because I know what I felt like and I know what I looked like before I had my surgery, and I wasn't happy with how I looked. At this point in my recovery, I am happier with how I look, and I'm more confident in how I look. So I wouldn't say that I regret my surgery, but I am very disappointed at this stage in my recovery, because I feel like I should be a lot further along than I am, and not in comparison to anyone else, just in comparison to how I was when I first came home to where I am right now. So I don't have any regrets. Now, depression, I don't know what surgery does to your hormonal balance and your mental health, but your girl was going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like, I really had some struggles with this whole process. Like, I already suffer from extreme anxiety, and I take medication to manage my anxiety, but I had a lot of days where I really didn't feel like getting out of the bed that were more extreme than before. Like, I didn't even realize it until I went to my 3-month post-op appointment, and I was like, bro, I'm literally like always sad. Like, I'm not happy, and I'm a genuinely happy person, and I can pretty much optimistic my way out of everything if that's even a thing. But with this process, I really have had some really down days, and I really felt really out of it. And I'm sorry, there are like helicopters and stuff flying past because people are doing like their beachy kind of excursion kind of thing. So it's not bothering me. I hope it doesn't bother you, but I don't want to go inside. I need to be out here. But yeah, so I have had some really sucky days in this recovery process, and I've tried to, snap out of it and find things to do to snap out of it. But more often than not, I found myself just wanting to stay in the bed, not get dressed. I had issues where I had a little bit of dysmorphia, like body dysmorphia, where I felt like I was fat, and I felt like I looked ugly, and just I didn't fit in clothes properly, and just a lot. And it happened for a while, so it wasn't like a short period. So I'm in 4.5 months recovery. So I'd say from month 1 to about month 3, I dealt with severe depression. Not depression like I wanted to hurt myself or anything, but just depression like I didn't feel like being bothered with anybody. I didn't really want to go anywhere. I wasn't really trying to show my body. So it was just, I just went through a phase, and they don't tell you that when you are going in for this procedure. They don't tell you about the mental health portion that you may experience. I was not worried about people knowing that I had the surgery, because clearly I have a YouTube page, but I was concerned about how I looked to myself, and if I looked the way that I was bragging that I would look. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I felt like I was going to be super snatched when I got off the table, and I wasn't. So I had to deal with that, and that brought on its own level of depression, anxiety, frustration, disappointment, and so many different emotions that I was feeling. And thank God that I have a therapist and a psychiatrist that are aware of everything that I'm going through, and they know everything that I've done over this pandemic season, which also doesn't help that I had my surgery during pandemic, and I was already suffering from the issues, the emotional issues around being not being able to socialize and things like that. I didn't realize how much I needed to socialize. I thought I was an introvert, but I was definitely an extroverted introvert. So all of that to say, yes, I suffer from depression. No, I did not deal with any regrets, but I do suffer from, or I have suffered from depression and disappointment of what I thought versus where I am. Okay. Okay, so the next question came from Kylia Thomas, and I follow her on YouTube. If you guys haven't followed her on YouTube, follow her journey as well on YouTube. She's also chronicling she's also chronicling her journey on YouTube, so make sure you follow her. Her name is Kylia Thomas, and her question was, what are your thoughts on waist training? I don't have any thoughts. I mean, I know people wear waist trainers when they are working out, and when they're walking, and when they're lifting, and I've also seen some YouTubers wear waist trainers like throughout the day instead of the faja. So I don't know whether the waist trainer is in as a replacement for the faja during like outside daytime type stuff. I don't have any opinion about it. I have a waist trainer. I've worn a waist trainer during this recovery process because I wasn't able to wear my faja into certain places because it was just too hot, or it was just too uncomfortable, or what I had on did not allow for me to be able to wear it. So I did wear my waist trainer under it. I don't feel like it is one is better than the other. They both provide compression. I would say make sure you have the proper size waist trainer, because if you have a larger size than what you need, it won't provide the compression that you need, and it'll defeat the purpose basically. So you'll still be swelling, and you'll still be not sufficiently compressed to combat the swelling that happens, which is what the compression garments are for. So I really don't have a pro or con against waist trainers. I know that they're used, but I would say use your judgment. And if you want to use the waist trainer instead of the compression garment, then make sure you're getting one that is going to fit you and that does enough compression to combat the swelling. So if you normally would wear like a size large shirt, I think you would need a medium waist trainer, because that's the only way that it is gonna, because it's, you know, it's intended to train your waist to be smaller. A lot of people use waist trainers when they're trying to cinch themselves in, kind of like the corset also, or the binder. So I would say if you're going to get it, make sure you get the right size. But other than that, I don't have an opinion about a waist trainer. I don't have an opinion. Okay, so the fourth question that I got was from Brandy Horn, and she asked about hard spots after lipo and also residual swelling. So let me talk about the residual swelling first. You're going to swell for the first year after your surgery. Like your first year of recovery, you're going to be swelling on and off because your body is trying to repair itself. Like you subjected your body to massive trauma. And I'm itching because I'm still itching. Like I still itch every day. Your body is going through the recovery from the massive trauma that the cannulas did when it went in to suck out the fat. Like it was kind of basically like ripping stuff out of your body. So the swelling is your white blood cells and all of the fluids and things in your body trying to fight off infection, and you know, trying to fight off the negative impact of the trauma that was imposed on your body. It's not a bad thing that you have swelling. If you have swelling, then you at least know that you are healing. Swelling is an indicator of something that has happened and that there's a healing process. So what I would say is make sure you drink lots and lots and lots and lots of water. The residual swelling will happen up until a year after you, and for some people, depending on what they had done, it may last longer. Depends on how significant or how substantive your surgery was. I didn't have a lot of fat removed. I had about 5 or 6 pounds of fat removed. I think that they could have taken more, but that's another conversation that I'll have with my doctor on the 1st of July. But I didn't have a lot removed, so my swelling is not that substantial. It happens, but it's not that substantial. So I'm able to wear a binder and be okay during the day if I'm out and about, because like here at the beach it's way too hot to wear the compression garment outside, but I can wear a binder. And then at night I just put my faja on at night with the boards and the foams and everything. I do all of that. And I'll link a video, I'll link one of my videos that shows what my travel routine is, because what I do on travel is what I do at home as well. So the hard spot. The hard spots is scar tissue. So what it is your body is trying to, I'm sorry. What's happening when, I'm sorry, those are the motorcycles. This is technically supposed to be bike week, and even though they canceled bike week, some bikers just still decided to come down, which my husband is a biker. We didn't bring our bike this year, but it is what it is. So basically what's happening with the hard spots is your body is trying to repair itself from the inside out. So it's scar tissue, and what you don't want to happen is to ignore those hard spots. What needs to happen is you massage those hard spots out every day, 2 to 3 times a day. So when you get in the shower, you massage them in the shower, you massage them out of the shower, In the middle of the day, you should be massaging those hard spots. At night before bed, you should spend about 30 minutes massaging those hard spots to make sure that they don't stay. And I mean, some people don't massage the hard spots at all, and they are absolutely fine. Like they heal absolutely fine, but not everybody heals the same way. So the recommendation from most plastic surgeons, as well as post-op care providers, is to massage. And it's not necessarily saying get a professional massage. It's you going in and, you know, working those spots out, like finding them and kind of like kneading those hard spots, like you're trying to get the 1 grain of sugar. So you are kneading it out, kind of like you're trying to get that 1 grain of sugar. So that's what the hard spots are, and that's what you need to do in order to make sure that the hard spots don't stay. Okay, Alicia Capo asks, are professional massages necessary, and realistically, how long should you compress for? Those are two kind of hard questions. I believe lymphatic massages at the very beginning are important because you have a lot of fluid that if you got the type of lipo, like smart lipo, where there are no drains inserted, then your lymphatic fluid is just being, it's just laying stagnant in your body, and the only way that it's going to remove itself or absorb and then go out into your waist is if the lymph tracts are massaged so that the lymph fluid can go to the points where they can go out. So like from your legs, you're supposed to massage them into the groin area, up into the groin area. Your arms, you're supposed to massage it up into your underarm area, the breast area, same, the waist area towards your navel and down towards your groin. Like there are different points in your body where you have lymph nodes, and that's what they're for. The lymph nodes are supposed to filter your lymph fluids and then help to excrete the waste and the toxins out of your body. So the lymphatic massages are intended for that purpose, and a lot of people don't know how to do them themselves. A lot of people are trying to do them themselves, but it's best to get a professional to do it because they can do it sufficiently and professionally, and the recovery and the healing happens a lot faster. So I would say that they are necessary, but I wouldn't say they're mandatory. They're necessary but not mandatory. So some people can get away with not getting them done at all and not experience any issues, but there are some people that absolutely need them because their lymph systems are just not draining properly. And your lymph system is also what helps to keep free radicals and things out of your body, so that like things like cancer cells and that stuff can completely be excreted throughout your body, out of your body, so that you aren't holding on to toxins in your body that cause sickness, disease, and illness. So I think that they're necessary, but they're not mandatory. And as far as compression goes, you should be compressed 23 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like, I don't know how much more to say that for the 6 months of your recovery. Some people do it well after that 6 months, just based off of what they had done, whether they had BBLs, whether they had, you know, chin lipo, arm lipo, breast augmentation. Some people compress for a year or more, but the recommendation is to compress for 6 months. And some plastic surgeons, I won't even say plastic surgeons, because what I'm realizing is with Sonobello, you don't really talk to the plastic surgeon after your surgery. You talk to the nurses, and the nurses are not really giving you a recommendation for the lymphatic massages. They're not giving you a recommendation for cavitation. They're not giving you a recommendation for wood therapy. They're not giving a recommendation for anything. So they're definitely not going to tell you to compress that much. They don't believe that you need the compression that much. But what they recommend is 12 hours a day. After your first 3 months, you can do 12 hours a day. No, actually it was after a month. They said you can do 12 hours a day. I personally believe you need to do what I've been listening to other actual plastic surgeons tell you, which is 23 hours a day, 7 days a week for 6 months, period. And that's wearing your compression garment 23 hours a day, 7 days a week. The 1 hour that you're not supposed to have it on is when you're taking a shower. Right now, I am not the epitome of that recommendation, just because I am lounging around the room and I really didn't feel like putting on my compression garment right now. Which I'm also about to put on my bathing suit. And you know, there are caveats to that. Like if you want to wear your bikini and you want to go out there and get in the water, go get in the water. But the minute that you get back into your room to relax, you shower, you massage, you put that compression garment back on, and you make sure that you are compressing those areas that you had your surgery. But outside of the anomalies of vacation and things like that, you should be wearing your compression garment 23 hours, 7 days a week, okay? And it's very, very necessary and mandatory. Not just necessary, but mandatory. Okay, so then Brittany Taylor asks, do you think this procedure is worth it for plus size women? Absolutely. Liposuction is absolutely worth it. Well, I had liposuction 360. I think it is worth it for plus size women because it all depends on what you're getting liposuction on. So I had liposuction 360 on my abdomen area, on my torso. You can get liposuction on your thighs, your arms, your back, your bra, your neck, your boobs, you can get liposuction anywhere, your butt. Like, it depends on what you are trying to contour. Liposuction is not a fat loss or weight loss surgery. It is a body contouring cosmetic surgery. So I think it is worth it if you are trying to have fat cells removed in certain places that they will not return to. So it is a permanent fix if you get it done properly. It is not a weight loss surgery though. It's not weight loss surgery. You still have to eat properly. You still have to exercise. You still have to do things to maintain your body and maintain that contour, because fat comes back in other places and it can outweigh and overpower the areas that you had the fat removed from. So yes, I think it's worth it, but I also think that you have to create or maintain a healthy lifestyle. And that is the eating, your movement, your water intake, and just your overall mindset on how you want to live. You should be having a healthy lifestyle mentality and not just what you want to look like. It should be how you want to feel and how you want to be, okay? Brittany also asks, how soon should you start compressing and massaging? So compression starts the day you get your surgery, period. Like, you should have on a faja the day you leave from your procedure. Some professionals or some plastic surgeons put you in a binder. It just depends on what facility you went to, on what garment they use. But compression starts the moment your procedure is finished, period. Like, you should be wearing your compression garment from your procedure, and you start with a light compression, and then you transition to your stage 2 compression. I know with Sonobello, their stage 2 garments are some trash, so I do not recommend anybody that really is trying to have any type of compression using that stage 2 faja that they use, because it's not a traditional stage 2 faja. It is a smaller size of the stage 1. That's basically what they did. They gave me a 2X when I left because I was like super swollen, and then they took me down to a large, and I literally could only wear my large for a day or 3 maybe before I felt like my garment was way too big for me. So what I did was I had to do my research and find a vendor that was able to provide me with a true compression garment that had the hooks and eyes, because I also don't, I am of the opinion, which a lot of other plastic surgeons are of the opinion, that the zipper and the pull-up compression garments are not stage 2, and they don't provide enough compression. The hook and eye garments are the better ones, and they do not leave scars, especially if you're wearing a tank top underneath. They don't leave indentations and things if you're wearing proper things underneath. But they are able to be, you know, they are able to add more and more compression as time goes on. So you start out on the first hook, and then you go to the second hook, the third, fourth, and they also have extenders. So if you start out and it's not enough width, you can add the extenders to be able to close it, and then take the extenders out as you shrink. So I believe the stage 2 compression garments, you need to order a true stage 2 compression garment, and I'll leave my the 2 places that I've gotten my stage 2 fajas from in the description box below. I'll leave the link, because Sonobello's stage 2 compression is some trash. They really are some trash. Don't believe the hype. That's not a stage 2 garment. That is a stage 1, just a smaller size. It's anyway. And then massages, I would say don't get a massage until maybe 2 to 3 days after. My lymphatic massage technician recommended that I come on day 5, which was fine, because at day 5 I was able to walk around. I was able to move a lot better. I was in so much pain, and it hurt so bad when she did the massage, but I was still able to move a little bit better. So I would say day 5. Day 3, if you can handle it, and if you have drains, or if you need to be manually drained, some people have to get it the next day. So it just depends on what you get done. Some people get it the next day, some people get it 3 days later. It just depends on where you go, what type of lipo you get. But with Smart Lipo and the Sonobello Smart Lipo, there's no draining that happens with the actual drains and things. It happens that I think it's like 1 or 2 days to drain it. So they suggest that after your incisions close, your incisions kind of scab over at about day 4, day 5. Now, I have a mosquito bite on my neck, and it's killing me, okay? That's the only thing about being outside that I don't like, the bugs and things. But yes, so 3 to 5 days is what I would suggest on getting your lymphatic massages. And then make sure you go to a really, really good massage body contour specialist, because if they're doing their job, you will be snatched each and every time. I will say that I went to a couple people that I'm not necessarily pleased with, but when I get back home, because this is the second leg of my trip. I went to Dubai and then I came here. So when I get back home, I plan on spending the next 2 months with a body contour specialist, and I'm just going to invest the money, guys. I mean, it's not cheap, it's expensive, and if you really, really want the results that you want, you're going to pay the money that you need to pay. So Lynette Santiago asks if you swell up a lot after working out. I think in the last 2 days that I worked out 2 days ago, 3 days straight, and I didn't swell, but my body was like really tight. So I guess I was swollen. Now that I think about it, I guess I was swollen. My body was really tight. I was really sore. My abdomen was very sore. Like, it's still pretty sore when I move around or whatever. Yeah, but I think that the swelling is expected. So if you're wearing your compression garments, it'll help combat the swelling, as well as drinking the water. I've noticed that the more water I drank, the better I felt, and the swelling didn't bother me as much. So if you're drinking a lot of water while you're exercising, and then after you're exercising, and then you're wearing your compression garments, I think everything will be okay. So don't worry so much about the swelling. Just compress. Make sure you are properly compressed. Make sure you're drinking enough water, which is half your body weight in water. That was before you even had surgery. You should have been drinking that. So half your body weight in water, and it'll help with your skin. It'll help with your weight loss goals. I don't know if you have other weight loss goals. Water helps with all of that. It helps with the elasticity of your skin. Like, if you have saggy skin or loose skin, water is one of the best options on getting that skin to retract. Your body is 75% water. Put water back into your body so that it can attach to itself. And I know that this sounds contrary to you know, reducing swelling, but it's not. Like, it's not. Water is the best solution to reducing swelling, as well as getting your skin to snap back. I know a lot of people use the taping method and, you know, things like that, but it is a really good option to reducing the swelling. Okay, so I had one young lady ask if Sonobello drug tests. They don't. Other doctors do. Sonobello doesn't do any blood work. They do pregnancy tests, which I was able to opt out of because I had a hysterectomy like 7 years ago. So, but they don't really do blood tests. They do a COVID test right now during this season, just because, you know, they want to make sure that they're keeping their doctors safe as well as you safe, because they don't know what can happen if you have COVID while they do this procedure. So they don't drug test, but I will say this. Smoking, if you're smoking cigarettes or weed, it is best to stop for a minimum of a week before and hold off from picking up your smoking for a couple weeks after, because it really does impact your healing process. It impacts your blood flow. It impacts the way that your body heals. So I would say try to avoid smoking any type of nicotine, any type of, you know, weed or anything, K2, whatever it is, vapes, whatever it is that you guys that do smoke, I would say avoid it to reduce the likelihood of having complications during and after surgery. Salt, try to reduce the amount of salt that you intake on your food. A lot of things have sodium hidden in it, and it's hidden by magnesium. So if you look in your ingredients and you see magnesium but you don't see sodium, like your sodium level says 0 but you have magnesium high levels, then that also is a way for them to put sodium in foods. So just be really careful when you are eating things and when you're putting things in your body, because sodium causes significant swelling. It's no different than what nutritionists and doctors will tell people with high blood pressure. Fluid follows salt. So if you have high contents of sodium in your system, you're going to have high levels of swelling. So the reduced amount of sodium causes a reduced amount of swelling. Okay? Just makes sense, right? I got a lot of questions about how tall I am. I am 5'9", and I pre-surgery I was 220 pounds. Right now I am 198 pounds. Pre-surgery I was 38, 40, 44, 38, 40, 44. Yes, so now I am 38, 34, 40. Wait, 38, 34, 40. Yes. 38, 34, 40. Those are my measurements now. So I've lost inches, I've lost weight, I've lost fat. I've lost a lot. Yeah, I don't know whether that helps somebody. People ask a lot of questions about how can you wear your faja and, you know, wash it and put it back on. What I did, I washed my faja by hand when I was about to get into the shower, and then I would drop it into the dryer on medium heat, no fabric softener, and make sure that your laundry detergent doesn't have fabric softener in it when you wash it out by hand. But I put it in low heat and I just let it run while I took my shower, and it takes me about 30-45 minutes to take a shower. So by the time I got out of the shower, I was finished. I mean, my faja was dry, so I would just go into the laundry room, grab my faja and put it back on. And that worked. And I did that every day, because you sweat you sweat in it. Sometimes you have little accidents from the bathroom because you don't pull your faja down. There's like an opening in the middle. So, you know, I did that every day, and it worked for me. It wasn't a hassle because you're home anyway. Like, you're not doing anything. You're not going into the office because, or if you are going into the office because you have a different kind of job, then I would say when you get up in the morning, like when you start your morning to, you know, start your routine to get up and get ready for work or whatever, the first thing you do when you get out of bed is wash your faja and put it in the dryer, and then do everything else. Make your breakfast, make your lunch, take a shower, do all of that. And then by the time you finish all of that, grab your faja, put on your clothes, and roll out the door. Okay, you know, while you put your makeup on, whatever. Y'all like this beat? Y'all like this beat? It's like soft land. I know. Everybody's always asking what's the pile of clothes behind me. The pile of clothes that's behind me in most of my videos is linen. It's not clothes. It's like towels, washcloths, sheets. And I only wash my bath linen once every other week. I don't wash it every week because we have quite a bit, and we live quite a busy life. So, you know, we use a washcloth and towel for 2-3 days, toss it in the pile, same thing for 2 weeks, and then we wash it. And I don't know how these YouTubers have this whole curated experience in their homes and things, but I'm not rich. I don't have I'm not monetized. I don't have the money to have this YouTube room yet. So until I get to that point, y'all are going to get everything that my life is given, because my name is Erin in real life. Okay, so I'm going to give you real life content. This is real life. I'm not doing no faking. Everything that I give you is real. Everything that I give you is real and raw. So if you see clothes behind me, that's my dirty linen. If you see dirty clothes behind me, those are my dirty clothes. If you see whatever, food on the counter or whatever, that's because this is my real life, and I just want to give you the dirty, nitty-gritty, raw, real life without you know, without faking and manicuring everything, because nobody's life is perfect. So that's what it is. Even though I'm not as snatched as I want to be. I got a lot of stuff, and I want y'all to have what y'all need so that y'all can do what you need to do to get that snatch that y'all looking for, okay? And I'm not gonna quit until I get it, okay? Working out, I don't know what I'm doing working out. Everybody's asking me, who am I following, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing when I work out. I'm just doing what I feel like I can do. Some of these workouts that I pick are absolutely crazy, and I don't realize it until I pick it, and I don't know what to do. So yeah, so I might start with them and then be like, you be looking for me to come back with another update. No, I cannot continue with them. I have to go with somebody else's because they're tripping. I can't do those techniques. My body doesn't work like that. I have scoliosis. I don't have a curve in my neck, so some of the stuff, it gives too many problems. So yeah, but I am still working out. I still go to the gym, which I'll link a couple videos here above so that you can see some of my workouts at home, in the gym, whatever. I did get a gym membership to Anytime Fitness by my house, and I am going to be using a personal trainer, so I'll have more videos of me doing personal training. He's going to be teaching me how to strength train, as well as you know, just get my body fit overall. I know I look fit, like it looks like I have muscles. Deception, total deception. Total deception. I was born like this. Like, this has nothing happens here, okay? I was definitely athletic as a teenager. I did track, I played basketball, I played volleyball, I played softball, and I did cheerleading, and I was a majorette, and I was a dancer. I did all that stuff as a teenager, but honey, I'm not a teenager no more. So yes, I'm gonna, you know, keep y'all posted on my exercise experience. All right. Someone asked who altered my garments. My friend altered my my fajas. I have a really good friend that's a seamstress, and she altered my fajas. I told her I didn't want her to cut the fabric off because I never know whether I wanted to give it to somebody else to allow them to use it instead of spending their money, which is another thing, you guys. I know that some people might feel like that's a little bit TMI, but if you have compression garments that you no longer need, that are bigger than you are now, you know, reach out to some people in your groups to see if there are people that can use those fajas. I mean, if you want to sell them, that's between you and them for a smaller price because it is used. I would say reach out and see if you can help somebody, you know, get the necessary stuff that they need so that they aren't spending all of the excessive amounts of money that us new people not knowing went out and did. You know, be a blessing to somebody else. That's what I intend to do. I have like 5 or 6 bars that I plan to give away because I just can't fit them anymore. And I'm going to do it in my Facebook groups, and the person just has to pay for shipping. So if you want my fajas, and after I show you which fajas I have in my next video, just let me know. Drop a comment below, and as long as you pay for shipping, I will ship them out to you, sis. Because I don't need them. They're just taking up space in my house. Okay? Those are all the questions that I received for right now. I will try to come back and do another post-op update Q&A kind of session. Those are the technical type of questions, or the more practical kind of questions. They don't really have a lot to do with like the cost and things like that, but I did talk about the cost and things in another video, which I'll also link up in the card so that you guys can see that one as well. But I'm super excited to be able to provide you guys with the information that you need to make the informed decision, or if you've already had your procedure, to know what to do from this point going forward, so that you have a successful recovery. Nobody can do everything right, and I don't necessarily know everything. I am not a subject matter expert when it comes to lipo. I'm just telling you what I've experienced from my own personal recovery and post-op experiences. So I just wanted to share this information with you, and I hope you got something from it. And I look forward to talking to you guys in the next video. Holla at your girl.